A very good morning to you from here, CBA. My name is Felix, Aloice, Rajwai, and I'm here with a great man called
Abdillahi Hassan.
No, I wanted you to say the other name.
Which name?
Palastro.
No,
I'm talking about Palastro.
Okay, that too. I'm also a Palastro.
Man, it's been long since we hosted a morning show with you.
I think it's been last year, the last time we have done this together.
Are you kidding?
I can't even remember the topics we have discussed.
It's been long, but again, you know, it's something good because when you meet again, we come up with different ideas that we have to discuss together.
Well, I don't think you have grown more IQ points, but
come on, I've grown. Can't you even see my hair? It's long, which means, you know, there's somebody who said that the size of your brain depends on the size of your hair.
Well, that's what would be said by a person with 40 points of IQ.
Have you ever imagined one day you're walking and then you maybe find around $100 on the street? What can you do?
Well, probably I will return it.
In the street? You turn to who?
You have to return it.
To who?
To the person who has left it there.
Who?
Maybe take it to the police, they will find it.
Palastro will take $100 to the police? Be very sincere.
Of course you will have to.
No.
You will have to make sure that it gets to this owner.
You?
Of course, why not?
Are you serious, Palastro? I know you're kidding, right?
No, we are not kidding here, man.
Okay.
Are you trying to say something about my integrity?
No. I'm not saying, okay, because in real sense...
Don't get me worked up.
Okay, sir. In real sense, like me, but if I find $100 on the street and there's no one around, but I'll take it and put it in my pocket.
Okay, finance keepers?
No, in real sense, there's no one in the street. You found $100 on the street. How will you start knowing the owner? Because if you take it to the police station, will they really identify the owner?
Yeah, they can. Actually, you will have to take it to the nearest shop, nearest, local place, and tell them I have found this. Can you please help me find its owner?
Okay, let me ask you another question. Have you ever, at some point, then got some money from the street?
Not really. That doesn't happen to me.
You're not somebody of luck, man?
No, I'm not lucky.
Okay. Have you ever played a lottery?
Actually, in a sense, I'm lucky because this is a big responsibility. You have to find this owner.
Oh, my.
Once I came close, some of my friends have, found, it was like 30,000 taka. It was in Bangladesh. That's like around $400.
Wow.
So they found it near a hospital. Then they took it to security guards of the hospital and said, we have found this. Can you please find its owners? And they told, yeah, just give us the money. We'll get it to its owner.
Exactly. So did they find the owner?
I don't know. But they did not do right. They should have trusted with these security guards.
Now, is that the same way? If you get some money in the street here in the city of Agisa, let's talk about maybe you get around $200,000 somewhere. Could you take that money to the police station and tell them, I found this amount, when you know very, very well maybe, I'm not saying what happened, maybe even the guy who lost the money, who was just a traveler, and he went away.
Well,
so
I don't trust the police that much, to be sincere, but I trust the local business.
The local businessmen who are around.
Yeah.
Now, let me just say, sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions today. Have you ever played a lottery?
Come again?
Have you ever played a lottery?
No, it's haram. Can't play lottery.
It's haram, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's this story that I saw in the Metro news agency, that there's somebody who was doing his work, and he found some money. In fact, she's just a cleaner.
A cleaner who has found some money. Was it big or something?
Now, it's not just big. Let me say it was a massive amount of money. 300,000 euros.
300,000 euros?
In an envelope.
Okay, that envelope must have been so big. How can you miss that?
As I say, it's not that big, it's massive. You can imagine finding 300,000 euros.
Left on a bus.
Inside the bus. And this cleaner was just going to clean the bus, and you found the envelope. What should you do?
Well, as I told you, to be an honest person and return it.
To who?
Okay, you just give it to the administration of the bus.
Now, what she did is this. She took the amount and went straight ahead to the office of the owners of the bus, the people whom have employed her, and gave it out and said, please, I found this amount of money. We don't know the owner. Can you please find the owner?
So let's lower her. Actually, has a lot of integrity. You know, a cleaner. She could have used it a lot, that money.
Because you can imagine what they undergo when they're cleaning buses. You know, you find a lot of dirt in that buses. Some people even have done, I don't know, I don't want to even talk about it, you know, you can imagine, right?
Okay, don't discuss our audience and us too.
Okay, of course, that's what you do, because sometimes we don't maintain hygiene, because you'll find a dustbin inside the bus, but you're not even using it. You just throw your dust anywhere, anyhow.
Okay, what I'm thinking about is 300,000 in an envelope. Something unscrupulous must have been going through there. Why would you put that amount of money in an envelope?
Do you know what they're saying?
Banks.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what they're saying? They're saying that there's a report that are saying that this woman said that I think this money was going to pay something very important, or was going to pay workers somewhere who were given with cash. So this guy is like, when he got into the bus, or this woman when got into the bus, he or she was stressed up with all this, maybe, and so he or she left the envelope. So they are waiting for somebody to go and claim ownership of the amount.
Yeah, still, I don't think a lot of question marks are on this story, especially about the money. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone will come up and claim it.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure, but I suspect, because I suspect criminality there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they might
clearing with you that amount of cash means that you are in some shady business.
No, not shady, because sometimes Palastro, let me call it by that name, you can't go withdraw some amount in the bank, because the workers that are working for you, they need to be paid by cash. It happens.
If the story is in the metro, I suspect it is in the UK.
It's in the UK.
Yeah, they are very dependent on, banks. Mm-hmm. So they actually don't use cash that much.
Do you know where my problem is? Mm-hmm. Is who is the right owner of this amount? Because somebody can just go there, fake a story, come up, because you can just do a research. When was the bus traveling? At what time was that money found and all that? You go to the police and say, you know what, I'm the one who lost it. I'm having trouble. Some people who are good pretenders, man.
Well, I think they will put some criteria, some qualifications. Mm-hmm. They will do their due diligence, actually. They will not just hand over to the first claimer.
Really?
Yeah, they will not. They will investigate, of course.
But let's leave at that, because I can imagine now, if I found that amount of money, sometimes I'll have some 2, 3, 4 questions. Huh?
Okay, what do you have done with it?
You can imagine 300,000 euros. Do you know how much is it in Somaliland, man?
Oh, that's a lot of money. That's like trillions of Somali.
It's like 30 trillion.
Billions, maybe.
Billions. Mm-hmm. Sort of money. Now, this story that you're telling me about.
Yeah, it's a story in Ghana. Mm-hmm. So there's this video on Twitter that's going the rounds. Mm-hmm. It's about a young girl who's beating her own mother.
A young girl beating her own mother?
Yeah, and there's this bystander who's recording everything, and he's laughing.
Do you have the video?
Yeah, we have. Let's take a look.
Okay. Palastro, this is disgusting, man.
Yeah, the most disgusting thing about it is that this guy, or a woman who is, just standing there, not intervening and stopping the beating, he's just laughing.
How do you laugh? Okay, first of all, let's first discuss that guy, this woman. Okay, you stand and see a fellow woman being beaten by a small kid. Then, another thing is, you take out your phone, go to your applications, open the camera, then record.
Yeah, that guy's sick, really. Let's say something has went wrong with his mind.
I think I'll also blame the technology, because how many times are things happening in the world, instead of first thing people think of is recording it and posting it without, first of all, thinking of going and helping the person, then record later.
It's like it is turning us to spectators. We are watching instead of acting.
That's very weird. But again, let's talk about this. What's wrong with young men and women?
And it's a woman beating her own mother.
How do you beat your own parent, Palastro?
Well, I don't beat it.
No, I'm just imagining. How do you start? You take a cane. You start.
I know the screaming. It's like she is telling her mother, "Why have you done this?"
Okay.
It's like she is so self-righteous. Like she's, trying to discipline her mother.
Okay, I know sometimes our parents do things to the children which are not good. But again, remember, they're doing it for the goodness of you because they know what's coming up upon you.
Self-defense is like something we can understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible to happen, but we can understand it. But to take a cane to your mother and try to discipline her, it's like roles are switched.
Okay, so you mean now it's like the daughter is the one now disciplining the mother?
Yeah, that's what appears.
But don't you think our society is somehow becoming rotten a little bit?
That's a good proof.
Because if that is only one case that was on pin, how many cases are happening in this world then because of that?
A lot of cases are happening, but a lot of good are happening too because I'm very story about that. Very honest woman, clean her glass, returning the money.
Mm-hmm.
That is a suspect you might not have returned it.
And if you were to give a very good advice to the young ones out here who are trying to mistreat their parents, what could you tell them?
Well, behave yourselves.
Behave themselves.
Behave yourself. This is not acceptable.
Yeah, okay, behave, but again, have manners. Even if you're almost the same age with your parent, because sometimes it happens, because people look at it, I'm like, I'm tall like my daddy, I'm very well built like my mother.
Well, violence is not acceptable from any party at all. Be it, mothers or parents on their sons and daughters or the otherwise. Violence is never acceptable.
Never ever. And I think as young men and women, we need to go back to our roots and remember that your mother is your mother. And by the way, I'm sure even the whole book doesn't allow you to mistreat your parent the way you're doing.
But I think still we have a good story from Ghana.
About the president.
Of course.
Okay, by the way, sorry to say, I'm thinking, can you imagine our president Musa Bihi drops in the city of Hargeisa, stands up in the traffic, and then says, "Hey, you, stop, these vehicles, please pass"?
Well, this guy's not the president, he's the former president.
He's the former. So I'm just trying to relate it.
I'm Ahmed Silayo. But he's too old to be in the streets, to be honest.
The issue with Africa is, even if you are the former president, you're still the president. Are you getting it? Because you still have that respect.
Yeah,
now,
you do.
This guy comes out. I think it was raining, right?
It was raining and the streets are so soaked with water.
I think people might be thinking that we are lying, right? Yeah. Let them see the video.
Okay, why would people think we are lying?
People believe in Africa, people who had power or who have power, they cannot do some other stuff. Like walking in the street or in the park, because you always see this with other presidents from outside the country doing that.
I like how he took charge. He's just the president still. When he saw that, the situation is unseemly and not running smoothly, he just came out of his car and told people, "Oh, this side you go, this line, now it's your turn." It's just like turning into a traffic man.
He turned into a traffic man, by the way. Because you can imagine, the fact is, it's raining. Palastro.
Okay, does this seem like, abusing power?
Really? No. There's a difference between being a president for yourself and being a president for the people.
I think this guy is used to, getting his own way. Like, if he wants this, it happens because he was the president. And then he's applying it to the streets.
Come on, no. This guy was just showing out these. Okay, at some point, people might say that he was trying to show the police people, the police personnel are not doing their work. But again, what if there were police personnel there and the people were somehow disrespecting the police personnel as per the conditions? And so he saw that because I'm being respected, maybe these guys listen to me. So he got out, exercised that power.
Well, it's not even, it also shows his leadership. He just takes this control of the situation and help us out.
But that is an awesome situation, because helping out is something very important. You know, how many times have you seen that? By the way, there are some people who are the former presidents or former state officer that you can't even meet with them in the street.
Of course, it depends on their time in office. If he was good when he was the president, of course he will not have a problem, coming to the streets.
The president is the president. Even if he was good or he was bad, he still have that respect, man.
No, some disgraceful presidents are there.
Like, okay, I don't want you to mention, because you'd be like, come on, man, I can't mention this. But let's look at the fact. Even if you are a bad person, even if you're a good person, remember, you can't satisfy everyone when you're in the presidency. Right?
But it depends on your record. If you were a very terrible president, he will not just respect you because you are out of office.
But that's true.
Would you respect a fully corrupt president? Very brutal, even if he is murderer. If you are a murderer, then he's out of office. Maybe he was deposed or something like that.
Regardless of how wrong you are, respect is mandatory.
No, respect is earned, man.
Come on, respect is mandatory.
You cannot respect murderers.
Come on, respect is mandatory. Come on, Palasto.
Can you respect Adolf Hitler?
I still respect him.
Okay, then there's something wrong with you.
Not exactly. Because let me tell you something. Respect, it all comes from you. Because if you expect to respect somebody because of what he has done to you, then you'll never respect anyone in this world, because everyone do something wrong to somebody else.
There's difference to the wrongs that people do. Some people, wrong the whole nation, whole countries. You don't respect a thief that has just stolen your property.
Come on, Palasto. You respect the humanity in him. As fact as he's a thief, stolen properties from you, all that. But there's that respect of humanity.
You are not killing him. You are not becoming a murderer because he's a human. But he doesn't deserve respect.
I know you can argue about this again.
Respect, like love, is earned.
It's earned.
Yeah, it's earned. If you do something respectable, you are respected. You have to be dignified.
Okay, let me take you back to Kenya now, because I know you can talk about this. Talking about respect. There's this boy child. I'm talking about a boy child. Boy, small boy.
Okay.
Okay. This
you are in the habit of inventing words, right?
No, I'm just trying. There's this boy child who went and performed a very nice poem in front of the president. That is President, is he Uhuru Kenyatta, President of Kenya. And then Uhuru Kenyatta was like, wow, this is a nice poem. This is a nice thing. Then he told the boy, can I talk to your parent? So the parent, who is a mother, explained to the president what they're going through, like the situation in their life. They don't have a house. The president said, that's a problem. Okay, I'll fix it out. What he did is he bought a house for them, and he gave them the house. Then after some time, something else happened then.
What is that?
This child came out saying, no, this can't be the president's prize. Come on, look at this house. Come on, look at this house. Seriously?
So the house is not that big, that beautiful?
Okay, I'm trying to imagine this. I'm not trying to be judgmental on this child, not the presidential offer, but I'm looking at how he came out to say that this house doesn't even fit us. Yet you are living in a very suburb place. Now you have been given, first of all, land, it's yours. You have that house built with the presidential money. Then you come out saying, I don't think this is the president what we wanted for us.
Do you think he's ungrateful or what?
You just said ungrateful, but I've not said it because you've said it. What do you think about it?
By the way, I'm curious. His poem, was it in Swahili or... Because Kenya has too many different languages.
The poem was in English. The poem was in English. As you can see, viewers, those are the pictures of the house. Now, this is the exact house that the president gave out. But this child, just that he was speaking in Swahili and English sometimes, he was saying this, that the house is not even built to capacity. That it looks like a 1970s century house.
Well, he has a point there.
Tell me about it, sir.
Yeah, the house seems colonial style.
Ah, come on.
Really, look at it, man.
Now, are you also trying to be ungrateful?
I'm not saying he's ungrateful or anything.
No, what about you?
But yes,
your view?
I'm commenting on it, and it's not.
Okay, what's your personal view?
My personal view is that the house is a very, it's a gift, and beggars don't have to choose.
Beggars,
I'll be blunt.
okay. Beggars don't have to choose, but they have to decide
Decide what?
what they want.
Okay, he can return the house.
So your view is he can return the house, the president?
Yeah, he can return the house if he doesn't like it.
Because I was imagining this, so to say, I was imagining this. You've been given land which is very expensive in Kenya, by the way. You've been built, okay, I don't know if it's a new house, although they're saying it looks like a 1970th century house. But do you know how many people are struggling to get that house?
Well, I'm not that aware of the situation of housing in Kenya.
Let me be very sincere. You've heard of refugees in Kenya?
Yeah, there are
A lot of them. Do you know Kenya was trying to find a way how they can at least settle them with land?
Or repatriate some of them to their home countries.
To their home countries. But it's becoming hard. Now look at this situation where now, Palaston, you are in a suburb, someone brings you out of the suburb, then says I'll be paying. By the way, the president also promised to pay full school fees for this child until he says I am done with schooling. You see, somebody saying you just learn until you say I'm done with schooling.
Well, I think he is childish. Children don't make the best of decisions.
No, but remember again, the same issue is being supported by the mother. Now tell me, who is
maybe they are suspecting that the gift from the president has not fully reached them.
I think that's the problem because there's
maybe
that.
They are suspect, yeah.
Yeah, there's that expectation from the president. If the president says, "I'll build your house," something, and then when you go to that house, you find like the house is like it can leak or it can fall anytime. You start suspecting, really? Because okay, let me be sincere. If you're the president and then you say that I'll build a house for you and give you the land, would you give out a house that is almost to fall?
Well, I will give to my capacity. If I'm a rich president, I will give a splendid house.
But the president is rich.
How rich is he?
He's rich.
From his personal wealth or from his salary?
No. In fact, he is, I think, the first or the second person richer in Kenya. Yeah. No, in East Africa, by the way, he's like the first or the second.
Well, the expectation is, right
was high, right? But again, let's just trying to imagine. What do you think is the community thinking of this family?
Well, they are divided, of course. Some will say it is, they are ungrateful. Some will say, okay, yeah, they are right to expect, good house from the president. In the end, they were promising a good house, right?
True, they were promised a very good house. But I think we should learn to appreciate the good things that we're having.
We should, be courageous to express our expectations too. I really like this kid. He's very eloquent.
He's out. He doesn't care. Like, yeah, this is the thing. You know what? I don't like this. This is not cool. I was like, okay, kid, cool down.
Okay, to leave that.
Yeah, let's
this kid. Yeah. Our icon today. So, who do you think we should have an icon today?
I don't think because you had shared with me. Let me be very sincere. I don't want to lie on screen. You had told me about these awesome guys who resisted something.
Yeah, that was very tricky question. So I will have the icon. I will tell you this Igbo landing. So this is incident taken place in 1803 in the United States.
1803?
Yeah.
So that's history.
Yeah, okay, that's like 19th century.
I'm not good at history, so continue, sir.
You're not good at it, so I'll just tell the audience.
Please tell them, but I'll chip in.
So in 19th century, West Africans were shipped, they were kidnapped and shipped to the United States to work in the plantations as labor. They were enslaved. So these guys has landed in St. Simon Island in Georgia, United States. And in the voyage, they have taken over the ship. In the process, they drowned all their captors. So when they landed, they just walked in unison to the creek, to the water, and drowned themselves, chanting and singing in their mother tongue, the Igbo.
Vivo, the struggle still continues.
Yeah, some people say they were singing like this the spirit of water has brought us here, and the spirit of water is taking us back home.
Man. Okay. You mean because I fear being a slave, I drown myself?
Yeah, they prefer death to a life of slavery. The true meaning of liberty of death or liberty, I would take.
I don't know. Okay, first of all, I'll say they're very courageous, and I don't know which spirit was that made them all accept to drown in water. I don't know. But if they fought against slavery, vivo.
Vivo for them.
Vivo for them.
We are here,
But
Somalia, 200 years later, and we are still remembering them.
Man, vivo. I can imagine the situation where you're like, guys, we can't go to slavery, and in unison, they all go and drown themselves. Do you know that is what's lacking in our community right now? People are fighting against bad things, but because there are some people who are onto other side, we get splitted. So when you're planning, someone says, hey, they're planning this, we can't even do it.
No single trait among them. They are all courageous men.
They are courageous. I think we need courageous guys like this in this world again.
Yeah, I like how they just, chanting to death.
The spirit of the Lord has, spirit of the water.
Yeah.
Spirit of the water has brought us here. It will take us back as they move to the water.
Yeah. And the Igbo
Can you
people,
do that?
And the Igbo people were very well known to be very fierce, independent people.
Uh-huh.
Even when they were taken to the savannah to work in the plantations, they did not work there. They were just
refused. Okay, what spirit did these guys have? You can imagine they all resisting the same thing.
The liberty spirit.
Man,
freedom spirit.
We can talk about this, but please let us end this discussion there. Man, thank you for having me. I think we'll meet again next year because it's after like last year.
Yeah, see you in 2020.
Joking. Come on, viewers. Thank you so much for joining us here at CBA TV. That is a good morning show. Make sure you catch us up again. My name is Felix Aloice Rajwai. Just to remind you, his name is Palastro. Please, you can call him Palastro if you want. Have a nice day.